So here's a scenario. You take out a buyer, they're super excited about a house, and they pull up Zillow and they start building an opinion of what the value should be based on what Zillow is saying. Okay, you need to have a conversation with them. You need to set their head in the right frame of mind. It could be that Zillow got it right. That doesn't happen that often, right? And it certainly doesn't happen very accurately. They may get in the ballpark, but you need to reframe this for your buyers. We talked about sellers not too long ago. We're going to talk about buyers today, reframing Zillow for your buyers. It's going to happen. Zillow is a ubiquitous tool for most of the people that you're showing homes to. So you're going to have a conversation to reset their mind around what Zillow is good for. So I always like to start with some praise. First thing I like to say is, listen, I love Zillow in particular because it shows me how hard you need to begin to think about competing for this property, or if we're the only people out here looking at it. Zillow can tell us that because they drive so many eyeballs to their site, it's going to be able to show us that. So you start with something positive. You start with showing them that the aggregation of demand on Zillow is a good thing for your buyers, and we're going to utilize that. I'm going to help you interpret whether or not that means you got to compete really hard, or if you've got some time here, we can study this a little bit more, or if we're the only ones in here and we can come in here and really beat them up on price. So we're going to be able to see that indicator on Zillow. Now it's just an indicator. We're going to get more information, but it begins to indicate that way. And I really like it for that reason. So you start with something positive. Now you got to move to some harder conversations about what Zillow is. And the first is you got to attack the valuation. So just like you did with sellers, you'd attack the valuation here. I still like this one for buyers. Listen, Zillow's a lot of fun, but it's not exactly accurate. I don't want you to put too much value into what they're saying about the current value of this property. I'm going to assess that for you, and we'll take a really deep dive into the data so we can understand what it's worth in this marketplace and for you. If I were as incorrect as Zillow actually legitimately claims to be, then I would have to go find a different profession because they're just not that accurate. It's a really fun tool, and it kind of gets you in the ballpark, but ballpark's not going to do it. You need accuracy. And so we're going to get into that, and I'm going to help you as my client. And then the third thing is, here's the reality. It's only showing you some pretty limited inventory. It pulls from all sorts of places, but here's the fact. There's a lot of inventory that are not going to be showing up on Zillow, stuff that's off market, stuff that builders are putting together, stuff that I've just heard about because I'm connected with other agents. That type of inventory you're not going to see on Zillow. And by the way, you're going to see some inventory on Zillow that is not as updated as what I'm going to be able to show you through my system. So help them understand that what they're seeing on Zillow is a fun tool, but it's not as accurate as what you can give to them in any of those categories. When you do that, now they've reframed what Zillow is, and they understand where your value is coming in when it comes to Zillow. If they don't understand this, they're going to begin to believe that Zillow holds the key to all their success. And that can be a really, really frustrating place for a buyer, and it can really damage your relationship. Set the record straight about Zillow and what you can do for your sellers and buyers, and you're going to be frankly indispensable. Thanks for watching.